Hey, what's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Lucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Smackdown review. I watched highlights of Smackdown. I didn't watch the full show. Work. I'm not gonna keep going into it, but I did watch the show for the most part, and from what I saw, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was good. But of course, this is going to be a SmackDown discussion review type thing. I'm still getting the hang of what to call it now. But we're just gonna go through what happened at SmackDown and like the stories that's going on. Maybe another time, another day when I got 200 million people watching in a whole better setup and stuff like that. People want me to go through the shows like a podcast thing. Want me to go through the shows like what I did when I first started. I would be more than happy to do that. But right now, I don't want to. I'm trying to go under 25 minutes with my shows. But I know with me talking forever, um, it could probably be done. But I want to go under 25 minutes. So I'm going to jump right into it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's talk about it. So overall, SmackDown was really good. I enjoyed the stories of what was going on through SmackDown throughout the night, with the whole Roman Reigns going from Roman Reigns and Jey Uso from the murder of Sasha Banks via Bayley. Just murdered Sasha Banks. I don't think she'll ever be back again because she's not alive anymore. Um, from Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse with the whole thing with Alexa Bliss to everything in between and the Intercontinental Championship stuff. So yeah. So Roman comes out first and same music, but my man got a new T-shirt. My man's wearing sweatpants. He is comfortable AF. Comes out with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is pretty much like, hey, before we get into that, what I know was gonna happen, like what you think you guys think. I did not corrupt Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns corrupted me. Uh, just like Roman, I was pretty much underappreciated. I was just kicked to the curb for to rot, and Reigns pulled me back in. You know, he was pretty much saying that just like him, Roman, he gave everything he could to WWE. For WWE, played the nice guy. He even with battling a sickness, came back, and then when he went away, you just gave the title to like a monster and a fiend, and he was pretty much saying that they don't appreciate him. So now he's going to be appreciated by Paul Heyman. He used a lot of tribal Samoan type words in here. He called him like the tribal king or the tribal prince or something like that. He called him the tribal something. Um, he said you're reigning, not you're reigning, you're reigning, defending undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns. I was like, all right, relax. And then Roman got on the mic. He said, I I said what I was gonna do. Signed a contract, wrecked everyone, left Universal Champion. Pretty much that's it. I liked it. Paul Heyman was like a little. He wasn't like his yelly what he does for Brock Lesnar. My name is Paul Heyman. Like he didn't do that. He was really low, talked really soft. Different attitude. And he was saying that he wasn't the advocate. He said he comes as a servant to the tribal king or something like that. So that was all good stuff. And then they was going backstage. Jay Uso comes in. It's like, my boy Roman Uso, new Universal Champion. Uso, congratulations. I'm proud of you. And then he was like, hey, but what's up with Paul Lee over here? And he shoos Paul away. He was like, hey, he's like, what's good with that? He's like, hey, don't worry about it, man. I got it all in control. Paul Heyman, he's good. Don't worry about it. And Jay was like, hey, yeah, man, we family. If you ever need something ever, I always got your back no matter what. He was like, yeah, no, I know you do. He's like, yeah, I try to call you, It's like, just been busy. He's like, I just gotta go though, but he walks away. He goes, hey, but hit me up though. And walks away. He was like, yeah, so after the show, you want to grab like a six or something? That was just funny if he'd have been like, no, I'm busy. That'd be hilarious. But that whole segment was good stuff. Heavy Machinery and what's his name? Miz and Morrison. They have a feud that's still going for whatever reason. Tag team match. Let's not forget everybody. Otis is Mr. Money in the Bank, and he ain't winning. He was barely winning when look, he wasn't winning when Bray was Universal Champion. He maybe could have picked up a win. Maybe slimmest of slim chance. Maybe could have got one over on Braun Strowman. No way in hell. In hell is Roman losing that title to Otis if he cashes it. No way. I can see this as a thing where, well, I'll get to what I said at the end. But Heavy Machinery, they have their match. Um, it was fine. Tucky gets some nice athletic stuff in. He gets taken out. Otis does everything by himself. He hulks up. He splashes both of them to the table. Through the turnbuckle. He does his caterpillar, hits it, and then he does a dope Vader bomb for the win. And then John Morrison takes the Money in Bank briefcase. He runs away with it. He's like, "Yes, finally!" He's like, "It's about time. It's been so long. I've waited so long for this." Hilarious. Um, then there's a backstage segment with Sasha and Bayley. Seemed to be a little depressed that they lost the titles, but they was like, "Hey, Sunday we were unprepared for them. We didn't know what they were about. Now we do, and now we gonna be champions." Firefly Funhouse, little teaser. Bray was like, "Hey, new Firefly next week." And then right after that, they cut to Alexa and Bliss. So they cut into that, and they was talk about being best friends again. Rambling Rabbit was in the background, gyrating and stuff in the background. I was like, what is he doing in the back there? Then the tag team. I'm gonna get to this because this happened before, and I kind of forgot about it. Um, Big E is with Lucha House Party and Drew Gulak, I think, and somebody else maybe. And Woods was, so like, hey, we're gonna celebrate my boy Woodsy's birthday. He was like, it's gonna be a great day because not only are we gonna celebrate his birthday, I'm going to win this Fatal 4-Way, and I'm gonna go on to face Roman in the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship, and I'm gonna beat him, stuff like that. So everybody's excited and stuff like that. Security, police guard, or whatever comes in. He was like, hey, Woods is here. And he's like, oh, yeah, Woodsy, get your narrow behind over here. And he was all happy to see him. And he, boom, gets attacked by Sheamus. Sheamus attacks him from behind. They try to brawl a little bit. But Sheamus road kicks Big E in the face. He crumbles. And then he grabs him, throws him on a car. And then the referees are like, no, hey, no. Hey, Sheamus, no. And white noise on the windshield. And that's tough. And then Kayla was saying that Big E was sent to a local medical facility. Like every wrestler is always sent to a local medical facility. And then Sheamus is like, sucks to be him. See, he was like he's worried about Woods and then celebrating and always being a happy-go-lucky guy, and he should have had his eyes on the prize. It's like I don't know why he was coming out there. He could have been there. I was saving him for my life. He's like he could have been out there just to greet Woodsy, but we'll never know. He's like I was just trying to protect myself. And then he's like, well, it's like it gives me. He's like he did all that. I got to focus on this fatal four way and becoming Universal Champion. He said, I'll bid you adieu. Leaves. He comes back. He was like, oh well, maybe it's gonna be a triple threat match instead. So now, fast forward a couple segments. Tag team match. Oh, man, Golden Role Models are they're so good. Sasha and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. This match was fantastic. It looks like Nia was a little bit more on step from their match at Payback. This match was way better. Nia moved a little better. Um, Everybody was getting isolated. First, it was Bayley got isolated first. It was like they were trying to get the upper hand. Sasha and Bayley were trying to get the upper hand. They flew into Shayna and Nia's arms and they grabbed them and they swung them like hockey sticks on the barricade. It does the thing that Nia does, but they both did it. They was beating up Bayley. First, they was beating up Sasha, and then they beat up Bayley. Shayna did this thing where she cranks the her arms together and they just fold and she just like folds it. It's good stuff in there. Um, Sasha and Bayley did Sasha did like a sunset flip power bomb to Nia Jax, where it was assisted by Bayley who like drop kicks her and then she slams on the floor. That was good stuff. Um, Bayley's her leg got worked on like the whole match. Uh, Man, this was just good stuff. This was a whole bunch of good stuff. Sasha hit a meteora on Nia for a two. In the end, though, Shayna was in the ring. They had her in the bank statement. She got out of that. Nia blind tagged herself in as she got the as she got in. Nia tried to save face. Uh, 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 my girl Sasha's her whole leg was messed up. Her and Bayley tried to regroup. Nia's on top of the rope. She does sits at like a big old crossbody type thing, squashes them both for the 1, 2, 3, and Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler they retain the championships. Uh, after the match, after the match, Sasha Banks is in pain, ankles just killing her. All the medics are trying to help her. She's like pushing away. She's like, "Get back! Leave me alone! Leave me alone!" And then Bayley's like, "I got it. Bayley, I got you." She helps her up. She was like, "Hey, can you stand?" He's walking her to the outside of the apron. She stands on the outside. She stands on the outside. She tries to pick her up, but then she just like, boom, boots her right in the mouth. I was like, yas, yas. And she beats her up. She throws her on a, she throws her and then she throws her on the apron. She throws him in the steps. She throws him in the barricade. Brings her back in the ring. She busted up her ankles. She's about to leave. And she sees a chair. She was about to pillmanize her chair on the on her ankles. It's like, nah, you know what's better? She grabs the chair, puts it around her neck, gets on the second rope. Boom! Stomp to the face. Sasha Banks is baby face. Bayley is the biggest heel of all time. Sasha Banks might actually be dead. She might not be a baby. She might be dead, actually, to be honest. Yeah, she might not be alive. She's out. Bayley, champ. She's like, yeah. Yeah. And then she was yelling at Michael Cole. She's like, yeah. Yeah, Michael Cole. Yeah, Cole. Is it boss time now? Is it boss time now? Stop. Oh, so good. Yeah, I know I didn't grade anything else, but I'm giving that's an A. The match was fantastic. The finally the beat down for um, Bailey on Sasha Banks. Oh, magnifique. All good stuff. We enjoyed all that. Yeah, I loved it. So what I hope is I hope Bailey comes back next week and she's like, yeah, and she talks about like why she did it, how Sasha Banks is the weak link. She can't even successfully defend a championship more than once. I carried the team, all that. She does all that stuff, and now there's no more Sasha Banks. And then she's probably gonna be like, I need a challenger for Clash of Champions, but guess who it won't be? It won't be Sasha Banks. And then Naomi comes out, she's like, hey, what you did, disrespectful. I don't respect that. But guess what? I did beat you a couple of weeks ago, so that means I should be number one contender. So they face at Clash, and then Bayley just goes on a whole tear until like maybe like Royal Rumble. Sasha comes back around Royal Rumble time, and then she gets her match with Bayley. Bayley cheats to win. Of course, at the Royal Rumble, like they have a fantastic match. Bayley cheats to win, and then later on, she enters the Royal Rumble. Wins the Royal Rumble. Says, I want Bayley at WrestleMania. They have a match at WrestleMania. They main event WrestleMania. Sasha Bayley, and Sasha finally wins the big one. Takes out Bayley, and then they have a rematch at whatever the next pay per view is. And Bayley's like, or they do it on a SmackDown or whatever. And they're like, and it's just like, well, guess what? Sasha Banks, I know your history. You can't successfully defend a championship once you have it. So I'm gonna do my rematch clause next week or the week after or whatever, and I'm gonna finally get back my WWE SmackDown Championship. They have the rematch. Sasha Banks wins again, finally cements herself as that she can hold down and successfully defend the championship. And then Bayley goes to Raw. They mix it up with the Raw SmackDown. They give Sasha challengers, and then whoever's Raw champion, probably Asuka, give her challengers, and they just split it up. That's what I hope they do. But then, probably next week, Sasha will probably come back better than ever, and they face each other at Clash of Champions. But I like my idea better. So, um, Adam Pierce, he's having a yelling debate, talk about he doesn't know what he's gonna do about what happened to Big E. Maybe they're just gonna have like a triple threat match, or if they do have a fatal four way match, they gotta figure out what to do. Enters Paul Lee. Paul Lee's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" He's like, "Yeah, you with Big Dog Roman Reigns, Universal Champion? Sure, yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go with you. I got you. I got you." So they leave, and then Intercontinental Championship segment. Uh, Sami Zayn comes out. Greg Hamilton announces him as like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's looking, he's like, "Whoa, skirt!" Cut the music. Uh, hey, what did you say? Did you not? Do you not see Intercontinental Championship right here? Intercontinental. And Greg Hamilton was like, "Not in my notes." He was like, "Not in your notes." He's like, okay. He's like, okay. So who's doing production? He's like, you doing production? He's like, why is it not? He's like, and he takes the microphone. He's like, hey, but oh, hey, yeah, Sami Zayn, yeah. Oh, I'm great. How are you? When he does my Tron thing in the Tron, did you have Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn? No, you didn't. Why? Oh, it wasn't. It was in there. Of course, it wasn't in there. He gets all mad and stuff like that. He was saying that it was conspiracy. He's the true Intercontinental Champion. Jeff Hardy is not Intercontinental Championship. He has to defeat me. Jeff comes out and he was like, "Oh yeah, there you go. Thanks, buddy. You finally dude's gonna do what's right and hand me title." Jeff Hardy's like, "No, you're ridiculous. You're an ass clown." AJ Styles comes out. AJ Styles is like, I'm uncrowned champion. I should be champion. I uncrowned champion. I'm better than both of y'all. And Sami Zayn attacks Jeff Hardy, beats him down. And then AJ just like kicks Sami in the back of the head. Um, Jeff Hardy, like he battles with Jeff Hardy. Uh, Twist of Fate. Him and Sami does the thing. Haluva kick to Jeff Hardy. Sami stands tall. Good stuff. Then they do a thing where Tucky and Otis is backstage. Tucky's like, "Oh man, I'm sorry about the thing." Big Otis is like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." It's not, he's like, "You know where?" He's like, "I don't keep the money in the bank briefcase in there. Duh. Of course I keep it here in the lunchbox money in the bank." He was like, "Well, if that's there, then what do they have?" And they flashbang over that. And Morrison's like elated that he has the money in big briefcase. And Miz is like, that doesn't really make you champion just because you have it. I got it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. So he opens it, just goes, ooh, and he opens it, and it's like nails and like a hammer and like a sandwich that he thought about eating. And Mitch was like, "Bro, chill, relax." He was like, "Great, you got Otis's lunch." Hilarious. They do another backstage segment with Jay and Roman. I guess they're in Roman's locker room, and Jay's like, "Hey, buddy, I think appreciate you getting me in that title match." And Roman's like, "Yeah, no problem." He was like, "Hey, but you're on your own." He's like, "I've won many championships. And I'm very, very successful on my own. Jimmy's been very successful on his own. Now, now it's your time. You be successful on your own." And he was like, "All right, relax." And then here is the. Let's see if I missed anything. Did I miss anything? Nope, I got everything. So finally, your main event, Fatal 4-Way, Jay Uso versus Matt Riddle versus Sheamus versus King Corbin. Um, it was pretty much double teamed by heels on the baby faces until Corbin had like a big old hissy fit, and then Sheamus is like, "All right, enough of this." And he starts beating up Corbin. Um, Jay was doing good. He laid a whole bunch of super kicks after he was getting tossed out. He laid a whole bunch of super kicks. Um, a lot of slow grinding. When they go out the outside though, it's good stuff. Sheamus like launches Jay over the barricade, like over like where the first row of the virtual fans are. He just like tossed him over there. Um, Him and Matt Riddle had like a striking thing, and like Matt Riddle had got the upper hand. That was good stuff. Um, King Corbin was getting beat up, but he was doing his great thing. But in the end, Jay Uso wins, of course, because cousin versus cousin type stuff. Um, he gets a Corbin gets a bro kick from Sheamus. Then Matt Riddle and Sheamus does the back and forth. Uh, Matt Riddle gets a bro to sleep on Sheamus, hits the floating bro, but as he hits the floating bro, Jay comes on the top. Big splash. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Jay Uso is number one contender for Universal Champion Roman Reigns slash cousin Roman Reigns, Bloodline Familia Roman Reigns versus Bloodline Familia cousin Jay Uso. And then they got in a mic. Kayla was asking him how it feels. He was like, "Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's like I love my cousin Us, but at Clash of Champions in 3 weeks, Roman Reigns, you're gonna be locked down in the Uso Penitentiary." All right, and match over. I'm gonna give the match a B. The match was good. I liked when Sheamus just like chucked him over the fans. Good win for Jay. It's not it's not that time for Big E to be champion or fight for the championship because I think it's just too soon. I think you let Big E get in his bag real quick with Sheamus. Let that feud goes out. Maybe he gets in the Intercontinental Championship, feud title picture. Put that belt on him. Let him, do that. And then next year sometime, by this time next year, then you give me Big E, you give me Roman, and then you give Big E Universal Champion. Right now, this is just a thing where Roman's like, yeah, I got you this championship. Yeah, you got it on your own for now, but I'm going to show everybody why I'm heel now. I'm going to make example out of my family. And if I do this to my family, my own flesh and blood, my own cousin, someone who I really love and really respect, everybody else got no chance in hell. So this is pretty much what this is going to be like. So it's going to be interesting what's going to be going on next week with him and Jay. Firefly Funhouse is going to be probably Alexa Bliss. The whole Intercontinental Championship shenanigans. Uh, I hope Otis either when he cashes in and loses to Roman, either do that or cash in, find a loophole to cash in for the tag team titles. We'll see where that goes with them and Miz and Morrison. Overall, good show. I'm gonna give the show an A minus. Throughout consistency, throughout storylines, throughout little wedges and all the integral stuff, all that good stuff throughout the whole show, and it felt really really good. And that was SmackDown. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next time. I'll be here for AEW's All Out, which is tonight. And I'll be watching that after I get off of work. And I'll be reviewing that too. So I'll see you guys then.